Good afternoon. So I am Jen Horn. I'm the Chief Collaborator of Mooney. So what Mooney is, we're a collaborative community and creative marketing company that likes to promote mindful living. Sino dito yung medyo familiar sa ibig sabihin ng mindful living? Meron ba? Okay. Okay, can I see a raise of hands of who wants to go into business when they graduate? Or maybe do work that they love? Or make a difference in the world? Make the world a better place? Yeah? Okay. Or yes, diba? So, I think the people in the back of these would have seen everyone who raised their hands about when I asked the question, who wants to live in a better world? And I think that's really proof that sometimes kasi when we want to make a difference, or we want to do things that maybe other people aren't doing yet, we feel like maybe we're alone, or like, parang, where do we get the support for the things that we want to do? But I think proof of this changing sort of culture where people care more to do work that matters to them is with you guys raising your hands with that question. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about starting a mindful business. And mindful living, with how we define it at Mooney, is really being more conscientious about how we live every day, how we shop, how we eat, how we travel. And I'll be translating that to business. But in case there are some of you here who are not necessarily looking to go into a business afterwards, the things I will share actually reflect things that you can apply in your life, whether in whatever field you're in, or just take inspiration from some of the stories that I'll be sharing. So, unexamined life is not worth living, and it's something that I believe in as well, and that's actually one of the things that helps for Mooney to come about. And then in the work that I've been doing with Mooney and like research and googling lots of things online, that's something that I like to do. I like to search about lots of stuff. One of the inspirations then in mindful business is this guy, Yvon Chouinard. I don't know if I pronounced his surname correctly, but he's the CEO of Patagonia, which is a 40-year-old outdoor apparel company in the States. And I'm not sure, I don't think Patagonia has penetrated like the Philippines so much, but in the States and in other countries, it's really gotten quite a reputation for how they do business differently. So this is actually Yvon, and like I said earlier, Socrates said that the unexamined life is not worth living, and he says that living the examined life is a pain in the ass. Oh, wait, I'm not sure pala if I'm just allowed to say that, but anyway. So what he actually means by this is that when you think a lot about the things that you do, like he runs an outdoor apparel business, and he thinks about the impact of the products that he makes, the supply, the raw materials, where do they come from, and what happens to the products when people are done using them. And then, as part of the business, so it's 40 years old, right? So since 1985, they've already been contributing 10% of their profits to grassroots environmental groups. Then they're moving towards contributing 1% of sales to these groups also, and that's a huge deal for companies who might not necessarily think of doing those things. And he was doing this 30 years that Billy and Topos were also talking about earlier. Like following your passion, doing things that matter to you. And I feel like in whatever field of work that you go into, or whatever your passion is, whether you're into fashion design, whether you're into arts, whether you're into engineering or math or film or photography, there's so many things that you can do with the talents that you have. And then some of the examples I'll be sharing are just some stories of the businesses that we've worked with at Mooney. or the people actually, more than the businesses. So this is Carlo Delantor. He runs D+M showroom in Makati. So they create jewelry out of at D+M showroom. They also showcase Floria, which is a brand that creates eco-friendly jewelry made with recycled forest scrap. Next slide. So this is Martha Rodriguez. She's inspired by promoting and preserving Philippine handwoven textiles, and she does this through her bag business, Vesti, where she incorporates Mindanao textiles like Tinalak, like Yakan, and she's really in Mindanao silk also, and she's really passionate about that. Next slide. So this is Scott D and Rafi Magno. They're from Mr. Kenkoy, and they are also behind the brand Gugu, which creates handwoven backpacks out of saluyot. I didn't really include their products in my slides because I really wanted it to be about the people and what they're passionate about. So, ayun, for them, they really also wanted to create livelihood opportunities for the women who were living at the foot of Mount Mayon. So, and then they're also using essentially like natural fibers, and then that's something that it's also handwoven textile, which is again something that's really important to me because I feel like if we don't create demand for these handwoven textiles, then the craft of weaving traditionally will also disappear. So again, these are some of the things that we can be mindful of when we think of the things that we want to do. Next slide, please. Hi. And this is Carmela and Ralph of Superfood Grocer. They are passionate about providing health or making you guys live the best life that you can by giving you energy through plant-based nutrition. Next slide. This is Shar of the Good Food Community. So they also work with farmers, and they are passionate about community shared agriculture, where you order vegetables in Manila, and then because it's a subscription thing, that way the farmers are ensured that they have customers for their produce. So that's what community shared agriculture is about, and that's what they espouse. So again, it's also organic farming. So it's really holistic and thinks about the community and the planet. Next slide. On the left side, that's Guido Serial. He's the founder of Kawil Tours, and he is trying to change the way Quilion in Palawan is perceived, because it used to be perceived as a leper colony. But it's really a beautiful island, and that's what he does with Kawil Tours. He helps bring people to Quilion. In the center, that's Jamir Ocampo. He's the founder of Chaalaya, and he also provides livelihood for his community, and he's also promoting the use of Philippine herbs. So his brand is actually promoting premium Philippine tea using herbs like lemongrass, banaba, and other medicinal Philippine herbs. Next. And this is April Cuenca. She's the founder of Flip Trip, which is a travel platform. And her goal is really to connect tourists with the locals. So she looks for off the beaten path destinations, and that's what she puts on her site, because there's so many places in the Philippines to discover, and she wants to share that with other people as well, rather than all the regular tourist destinations. Next. This is Carl Mamawan. He's the CEO of Nifty Bicycles. So he's a mechanical engineer, and with his team at Nifty, they decided to create the first Philippine folding bike because they wanted to make mobility better in the Philippines, and folding bikes are really one great way for us to travel around the metro. And yeah, it's the first Philippine brand of folding bikes. Next. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that whatever your passion is, they all have very different passions or things that they wanted to solve. And I think this diagram, it's like the Ikigai diagram properly sort of illustrates how we might want to try to live our life. That we meet in the center our passion, our purpose, our skill, and profit. So passion, doing what we love. Purpose, doing something that matters. Skill, doing something that we're good at. Because if we love it but we're not good at it, then maybe we should think of something else. And then profit, hopefully it's also something that helps you make money. I think for a lot of startups, the profit is still parang hindi pa siya right there. So I think the Patagonia example proves that that can be possible. So for me, next slide. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. So again, it's being mindful on a day-to-day basis. Next slide. Okay. So for me, given all of the examples that I shared earlier, I wanted to create a way for all of these great people to be heard more, to be connected more to other people who share the same ideals. And that's where I found my passion, my purpose, and I guess my skill, because I like to bring people together. Profit, I'm still working on it. But yes, we're gonna get there. So I want to create a culture of caring, and we do this through the events that we do at Mooney, through content on our site. So you can just go through the slides. Next slide. So this is actually one of our meetups. So Carl was there showing his bike to some of the other people in the group. Our monthly meetups vary from month to month. We have different themes. Here we had different discussions, and one of them was about transport or mobility in the metro, or bike commuting in Metro Manila. Next slide. This was a meetup that we did in Cebu. That's Carlo Delantar of the D+M showroom. So whenever I go traveling, I also try to meet up with people wherever they are. So like next slide. This is with the people from Google or Mr. Kentoy. So this is in Naga. Next slide. This was in CDO with Martha Rodriguez of Vesti, because she's from CDO from Mindanao. Next slide. And then this was during our Mooney Market Day, which our next speaker was also a part of. She helped make the event more fun and lively by bringing her music to the event. This is one of the workshops of Superfood Grocer, so they talked about plant-based nutrition. Next slide. I also want to show you guys just a 30-second video about Mooney Market Day. So this is just some of the things that we do at Mooney. So at Mooney Market Day, we had different mindful merchants setting up shop. And again, to be mindful, you don't have to be like, for us, it just matters that you start to do something. Obviously, when you start out, you don't have everything figured out yet. And I guess that's sort of how we're doing it. We're still figuring things out as we go along. And the goal really is to be more and more mindful in your business or in your life every day. And the only way then for us to figure that out is if we're in the process doing it and parang talking to people who are also trying to do things in a different way. Next slide. And yeah, at the end of the day, your world is your choice. Again, like what Doc was said earlier, parang everything is your fault. And if you feel like the world is parang nagugunaw na, there is something that you can do about it too. Sometimes we think that just because we're one person, it doesn't matter so much. But if you think about something that's done by one person, repeated by 100, 1,000, or 1,000,000 people, then how much more of a difference that would make if we thought about it. And so without, sorry. So I would like to invite you guys also to check out Mooney, join our monthly meetups perhaps, and again, in whatever you do, whether you start a business or if you decide to, join a corporation first, like what Billy said, it's really not selling out, and it is creating greater impact. Also, what matters is that wherever you are and whatever it is that you're doing, hopefully you're trying to look for ways to, contribute a little more positivity in the world. So yeah, thanks.